Hey, what's up everybody? GameDad here, coming at you guys with part 2 of my current PS2 collection. Now, if you guys missed last week's episode, be sure to check out that card above, and it will take you to that first episode of this collection series. Now, let's go ahead and dive right in and find out what games are on the list. Crazy Taxi was released by Acclaim in 2001 and is definitely that kind of game that really lives up to its namesake. I mean, it kind of has a Simpsons hit and run sort of feel to it, where you just go out, you're doing crazy different tasks in your taxi. It doesn't matter who you hit, what you run into. You're just out to have an awesome time and just get your goal done. I mean, that's really all this game is about. So here we have DDR Extreme, released by Konami in 2003, and this is the first of several DDR games that are actually in my collection. And I mean, it's just like any DDR game you would expect. It's, you hit the different arrows in different patterns, going along with all kinds of, super hype techno dance remix kind of music. That's really all it is. It's what really started rhythm games off before things like Guitar Hero and everything like that. Now up next we got DDR Extreme 2, released by Konami in 2005, and this one, just like DDR Extreme, it has all the same kind of stuff, except it's got some updated music to it. I didn't really notice any kind of major differences in the interface or the way it controls, but, it's a DDR game. They're fun for parties and stuff like that. I never really cared for them on solo, though. Now here we have DDR Max Dance Dance Revolution. I don't know why it's kind of twice in there, but this was released by Konami in 2002. And as you can see, the backgrounds are a little bit different. They don't really have, the crazy dancer going in the background or anything like that. They got some animations and stuff, but that's about it. Nothing crazy to this game. It's just yet another DDR game. Now here is DDR Max 2 Dance Dance Revolution by Konami in 2003. And with this, again, I mean, I don't know why they release so many of these games. They are basically the same thing over and over and over again, just with different track selections, I guess. It reminds me a lot of the sports games, but, at least those get a graphics update every year. Now here is DDR-X by Konami in 2008. And this one actually did offer new modes, and it offered more of an actual graphic update. I mean, the way all of the little dancing and directional arrows and stuff looks the same, but the menu kind of got a little bit of an overhaul. It goes a little bit smoother, but it's same style music that's in every other DDR game, just high beat, high tempo, and, just have some fun with some friends. Now here we have DDR Supernova 2, released by Konami, also in 2008, and this is thankfully the last DDR game in my PS2 collection. As you can see, the interface is slightly different again, but something I didn't mention with all the other games is I actually have a couple of really high-end DDR pads. They're not, arcade status or anything like that, but they're actually made of a hard plastic shell, and they have like plexiglass and metal and all kinds of stuff with them. And it actually makes the game feel a lot more authentic, like you were in an arcade, instead of those cheap pads that came with these sometimes. Up next, we got Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX 2, released by Acclaim in 2001. And I gotta say, this one, number 2 versus number 1, is such a massive difference. And also compared to like Matt Hoffman's BMX, I mean, this game, the graphics are insanely better. The parks are way better. And they actually have like real world locations, like I believe it's called Woodward, someplace in like Pennsylvania or something like that, some massive BMX park that's out there. And you just get to go out and rock out some tricks, Tony Hawk style. Now here is the Da Vinci Code, released by 2K Games in 2006, and I gotta say, this, like, what I played of it, this is not a very fun game. It's not very interesting. I mean, it's basically like you're kind of doing the movie, sort of, like with the investigative stuff, but other than that, it didn't really feel like it followed the movie too much. I mean, the movie was halfway decent. I liked the second one better, Angels and Demons, but, I mean, yeah, Da Vinci Code in a game, I guess, right? All right, here we go. Destroy All Humans, released by THQ in 2005. This was definitely an interesting concept to a game. I mean, normally you're always fighting off the aliens, but in this, you are the alien, and you have to go out and destroy everyone and everything using, advanced technology, using like telekinesis powers, and it's fun. In the little tutorial right here that I'm playing through, it's teaching you how to like pick up and throw cows and stuff like that. So definitely like a comical concept to the game. It was pretty fun. Now here is Devil May Cry 3 Dante's Awakening, released by Capcom in 2005, and this is just a continuation of a really good series. I mean, it's very, hack and slash, that kind of stuff. It kind of reminds me of like its own take on a God of War game. You just beat the heck out of everything around you. You're collecting little orbs for health and power and stuff like that, and you're just moving right along through the game. But it is fun though. Here we have Dragon Ball Z Budokai, released by Bandai in 2002, and this is your typical DBZ fighting kind of game. I mean, it's no Dragon Ball Fighters, but this game is still a lot of fun. I really like how these games always have that like ultra cartoon cell shaded kind of color palette going for them. It really makes the games pop and makes them stand out among other fighter games. They're not cartoony, they're not hyper realistic. They just really like found their own way to animate all these kinds of games. Now here is Dragon Ball Z Sagas, released by Atari in 2005, and what I really like about this game is its overall like open world feel to it. It reminds me of the Dragon Ball games on Game Boy Advanced, except obviously, this isn't like a top-down or 2D kind of view. This is actually a 3D open world. And I mean, even though it is guided, it's linear, it's not a true open world, it still gives you that freedom to move around in a 3D space. As you can see, destructive environments, you get to throw all of your chi blasts everywhere, and it's just an all-around good time. Now here is Ed, Edd and Eddy, the Misadventures, released by Midway Games in 2005, and I love this animation style. I don't know what it is, like the Family Guy game had this kind of animation style. I think, I'm not going to compare this to Borderlands, but it has that cell shade where everything's got a black border around it. I've just always really enjoyed this kind of animation style. And I mean, it's classic Ed, Edd and Eddy. I mean, who doesn't love that? Old school Cartoon Network was awesome. So it was fun to be able to play this game and, go around as Ed, Double D, and, Ed. But great game. Now here we have iToy Play, released by Sony in 2003, and this was their first attempt at actually being able to have like people interact with a camera and their console, and it was really cool. I mean, think of like Xbox 360 with the Kinect. This was the same kind of thing, but I believe this came out long before the Kinect ever did. I'm pretty sure this was in the same era as the original Xbox, and as we know, they didn't have anything like that for it. But it's really cool to get out and like actually interact with things that are on the screen using your actual hand movements. Now here we have iToy Play 2, released by Sony in 2005, and with this one I didn't capture any gameplay footage because I could not find my PS2 camera anywhere. So I'm going to have to look through all of my different controller drawers and see if I can find out where it is. But this is the same kind of thing. It gets, the upgrade that you would expect. It works a little better. It's got some new games, things like that. But yeah, just another fun way to interact with your PS2. Here we have Final Fantasy X, released by Square in 2001, and man, this game, I love this game. This game is a masterpiece. This was the first one where they introduced a whole new way of doing the upgrade system, and then of course, you got Blitzball and all of that, but just the way everything was animated, the story of this game, it's just everything about this was amazing. I remember the first time I ever played it, my cousin Ryan, he had actually come up for the holidays when we were younger, and he had just gotten this game, and oh man, we played that game for hours and hours that holiday season. Now here is Final Fantasy X2, released by Square Enix in 2003, and this one, I didn't really play this one much myself, but from what I've been reading and what I've been told is it's kind of telling, kind of the other side, but sort of a continuation of the story. And you don't play as the other characters from before. Now you're playing as more of the support characters that were in Final Fantasy X. So that's pretty cool. Now the last one for this video is Final Fantasy XI, released by Square Enix in 2004, and what was pretty groundbreaking about this game is that this was an online game. And you would go and connect to the various servers. A buddy of mine, Mnemonic Tutor on YouTube and Twitch and all that, he is really heavy into this game, and he actually still plays it online. And what was cool is I actually have the special bundle pack that came with the bigger hard drive that you needed to actually run this game. So this was yet another groundbreaking Final Fantasy game. So there you have it, everyone. That is everything in part 2 of my PS2 collection series. Now, if you like this video, please let me know down in the comments below, and also hit those like and subscribe buttons, as well as that little notification bell. That way you get an alert every time I got a new video coming out. Now, as always, I'm GameDad. I thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you later.